Yeah, welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. We're going to be chatting some more football here. Cavalier, they're getting ready for their first leg. CONCACAF Champions Cup round of 16 tie will be against Inter Miami. The first leg set for next week, Thursday in Florida. The Cavalier team set to leave the island on Monday for that massive clash against Lionel Messi's side. We're joined in studio now by the Cavalier assistant coach, David Layla, just to give us an idea of how preparations are going as they get ready for departure and as they get ready for this massive encounter. David, it's such a pleasure to have you on the SportsMax Zone. First of all, I want to get an idea of what the excitement level is like in the Cavalier camp, because you're going to be playing against Lionel Messi. You're the club that's bringing Lionel Messi to Jamaica for 35,000 fans to come to the national stadium and hopefully watch him get beaten, but hopefully enjoy him if he does play.
Well, I can tell you that there's more excitement on the road than there is in the camp.
Yeah, really? What? Yeah.
Messi is coming to Jamaica, so for a lot of Jamaicans, Messi is their baller.
Yeah.
So the excitement is more on the street than anything else.
He's not your baller?
He's just one of those ballers that is an excellent baller.
For you, it's about business, isn't it?
Well, it's about business, but also about football.
Yeah.
I like football. Messi is an excellent baller.
Yeah.
Like many other excellent ballers around the world, he's one of the best.
Yes.
So for Messi to be playing amongst us in Jamaica, I mean, it brings a real buzz to Jamaica.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
I can tell you from me.
To Jamaica.
And definitely from the standpoint of Cavalier being the club to have this happen, I guess for a long time, at least from my standpoint, I got the feeling that individuals didn't understand the importance of the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup, the club championship. And maybe now, because by winning it, that's what put Cavalier in this position.
That's correct.
And maybe now, so many of the other clubs across the country and indeed across the Caribbean will just start understanding how significant that tournament is.
This should be an aspiration for all the clubs, not just in Jamaica, but in the Caribbean. As you know, third world countries, we're supposed to aspire in playing football to get to this level and beyond.
Yeah.
If you are not playing at this level, for me, having been and experiencing this kind of excitement and the whole thing that it brings with it, I'm telling you, you're not playing any football. Yeah. This is where you need to be to compete at the best, with the best, and you see the talents of our young ballers from Jamaica being exposed and seeing, I mean, that they're among some of the best also.
Yeah.
Because it does bring out the best in our young players.
Yeah. I heard, earlier this week, someone saying that Cavalier are not quite in the best form at this stage. I mean, 3 wins in your last 5 in the Jamaica Premier League, just 1 defeat. That's not terrible form. Let me just get that out there. But how ready would you say you are for this Inter Miami clash, starting with the away leg in Florida next Thursday? Well,
truth be told, many things have been happening with Cavaliers in terms of Cavalier, where we have been playing and how we have been playing there. We had a lot of injuries. We were coming out of a Champion Cup, also the Caribbean Cup. And so you'd find a lot of things that the guys were tired. These are young players not accustomed to playing so many football in such a short period of time. And so it would take a toll on them. But nevertheless, I believe now we are as prepared as possible.
Yeah. And has preparation changed since you recognized who the opponent will be? Like, have you been doing anything different in training? What's the...
Well, from the coach's perspective and our technical director, Cerebral Speed, I can tell you it has changed because, I mean, you're going to play against a team at a different level.
Yes.
So you have to make preparation to play at that level.
Yeah.
I mean, so we have been doing some prep playing and some training session that we believe will help us.
Are you pleased with what you're seeing from the players? Have they been working even extra, like a bit more now?
Can I tell you, we are in we might say we're in Jamaica and we are playing against professionals. Our dream and aspiration is to get our players to become more professional. And so it's a work in progress for us in trying to get these players to play at that level or at a particular level that can really compete with the best. It's a work in progress, but they are doing good. It's not an easy task, to train player to repeat repetitiously, keep playing the same way every time.
Yeah.
at this level. So
Yeah, and you know, because it's
we're
such
getting there.
yeah, and because David, it's such a big clash. What's for sure is a lot of sponsors now will become involved because they want their brand to be associated, and of course support Cavalier by extension. Supreme Ventures, one of the latest sponsor, coming on board. How happy are you for that? I mean, the more sponsors, the merrier, huh?
Definitely, it's a good look for us. As I say, when you're doing something good, then you expect good return. And so I believe Cavalier has been really doing well over the last couple of years. We have been to almost two finals in the last 2 years, consecutively so. And before that, we have been in the top three, finals. So the club has been doing well in terms of football and where football is going in Jamaica. We have some of the youngest players playing at this level. So it's a good look for us that sponsors now can recognize what we are doing as substance and substantial. And so for their support to be up with us, it's a good look. It's a good thing.
I just have one important one before I pass back to Ricardo. Are you all concerned any about what's happening with regards to where you're playing and the development that's taking place with the track?
No, we're not concerned. We're not using the track. We're playing on the football field.
You know what I mean. The football field will also be affected.
No,
the track, the stadium.
The point is that we're really not playing
Good
on the track.
one, though. But the stadium would like...
It's okay. I think they'll get... It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
One thing I wanted to get, because you spoke about the fatigue factor of your players, and I think it was quite evident when you came out of the Champions Cup campaign and you won it, but it was clear that a lot of your players were tired. How have you dealt with that, and what signs have you seen to know that they're in a better state physically, fatigue-wise?
Well, I can tell you that some of the games that we have lost and some of the games that we had drawn, we were also recycling our... Well, let us say freshening up our team by playing some of the other new young ones that have been brought in. Yeah. And so you would have seen a little decline because they would have been trying to get their footing also into Premier League. Yeah. And so we are now looking at some of them coming in and they are now better prepared. And while the other senior players them get some rest. And we say senior players, not as whole players, but senior players that in the amount of years that they have been playing. We're talking about 17, 18, 19-year-old who have been playing for at least 3 years. Yeah. And so they are the senior players now, and the 21-year-olds. When you look at it now, the 21-year-old are now senior players. Yeah. Trust me, that's something good.
Yeah, you know
and
that
so
you have
they have
a
been
young
getting
team.
some rest. It's a young team. They have been getting some rest and recovering. I think it's good. It's a good look now for us.
Yeah.
Really.
And one more, by the way, because I suspect you'd have watched the Sporting Kansas Inter Miami first round game.
All rounds.
How good is the Inter Miami team? Because a lot of individuals are here trying to analyze this game and what is likely to happen in the first leg are saying that Inter Miami a level or two above Cavalier.
You see, when one look at one of the best players in the world and one look at some of the Jamaican players, of course you're going to draw a comparison and say, no, we are way off. Yeah. But of course, it's also a team sport. Yeah. It's a team game. I am telling you, as I'm sitting here, they are not so good.
Whoa.
That we cannot match pace with them. Get it right? Yeah. They are not so good that we, Cavalier team, or any other matter of fact, some of the Jamaican team that we have, I believe, can match pace with them. At least 2 or 3 clubs down here should be able to match pace with them and come out with good result. Yeah. I've looked at them, we have analyzed them, and we have seen where they have a lot of weaknesses. And we are also looking at players that are average 36, 37-year-old players. Versus
and you have 20 and 21-year-olds.
Thank you very much. So why shouldn't we be able to match pace with them? Yeah. So it's about us getting it right on the day and spring out that big surprise so that Jamaica can feel proud.
Thank you.
Because it's about Jamaican being proud of what the accomplishment that we can produce good players and quality players.
Yeah, fair enough.
And compete with the best.
And one of the things I hope will come out of this, David, is that Cavalier as a club will start attracting more fans. I saw a report that said You are used to playing in a 3,000-seater stadium. I don't know that if 3,000 people turn up to your matches consistently, and now you will likely have close to 35,000, and I hope week in, week out, you will get even a third of that 35,000 coming to your JPL matches to support the club.
And truth be told, that 35,000 crowd would be what we call playing in the Caribbean Cup and playing in the Champion Cup. Yeah. We have been to stadium where we are playing Cincinnati FC, and I mean, come on, that's a stadium, and that's a crowd.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of our players, of course, are accustomed to playing against that crowd.
Yeah.
So it would be a regular thing or an everyday thing. It might not even be the local crowd that we're accustomed to. But, of course, for you to get, I mean, a couple thousand fans to be watching your football game, you have to be playing a doubleheader with a Harnick and a Waterhouse and a Cavaliers and a Montego BR, other clubs. So, I mean, crowd, I don't think frighten our young players. I think they have gotten mature, and they want to play.
Yeah.
And they enjoy playing, and they want the spectator to be seeing them. So it's, for me, I'm happy where they're at now, the way football is going in Jamaica, because it's all about Jamaica and the development of youth and football players in Jamaica for us as coaches.
Yeah, all right. David, we look forward to it. Thanks very much for joining us on the SportsMax Zone. All the best with your travels on Monday. And we'll all be glued to the television for the first leg against Inter Miami in Florida next Thursday. Let's go to a break. We'll be back with more on the SportsMax Zone.